Welcome back. This is NTV at 1, and the African Fine Coffee Association is right now holding the first annual high-level coffee partalk and networking session at the Pearl of Africa Hotel today, the 27th, focusing on production and productivity. And this comes with an aim of interesting women and youth in coffee sector participation for improved coffee productivity. This annual Africa partalk is being headlined by influential motivational speakers that are coming in with the name of driving productivity discussions to not only engage the youth but also contribute to promote the coffee roadmap agenda. So in the studio with me this afternoon is Mr. Martin Maraka, the Program Manager, Africa Fine Coffee Association. You're welcome, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How's the partalk going on?
It's going on very well. We have a huge number of young people in the room that are very focused and interested in getting into the coffee industry, either as farmers or from the consumption side.
All right. Yeah. Before we focus on what you think they're coming in to do, that there's been a lot. You're holding it as the Pearl of Africa, right?
Yes, we're holding it to the Pearl of Africa.
Great. Should even be the first time Pearl of Africa is holding a coffee conference, because most of them happen here held at the conference center here at this arena. Well, going forward, there's been a lot of conferences actually. About coffee. Forums about coffee, discussions, etc. The list is endless, of the conferences that have happened. How is this one different? Why did you name it partalk? What different agenda are you coming with this time around?
Well, thank you very much. I think it's very important. I have worked in the coffee industry for the last 8 years, and I have seen many changes within it. But one of the things that we have not seen is a focused meeting for young people in this country. We must not forget that Uganda's, I think, statistically saying 75% of these people in this country are below the age of 35. What does that mean? That our young people are our biggest resource. Uganda hopes to grow its national coffee production to 20 million bags by 2025. Where is this going to come from?
Is that still realistic? Do you believe we'll hit that target by 2020?
I cannot speak on behalf of government.
And there's been changes, by the way. Yes.
Yes, I cannot speak on behalf of government as regards that, but I do see the initiatives taking place. We now moved to 4.2 million bags, and that's why when we had the conference here in Uganda, it was dubbed 4.2 million reasons to be in Uganda for the Uganda conference at the Serena. So we feel that we need to have more young people attend these events and listen to this kind of discussions and network, see what is the future of their industry. Whereas we are looking, we talk about from a regional perspective, where can I participate as a young person within the industry? Do I have to necessarily start a coffee shop? Probably not.
So where do you think, because you've been in the coffee sector, like you said, for quite a long time, where do you think beyond these white-collar jobs and like in the CDA or ETC, where do you think the youth, where are the opportunities for youth, to get involved in the coffee subsector, the way you know it, the way you look at it, beyond the farm, or even maybe, because I think first is to attract them to these farms and see how you can get them to love the coffee subsector.
Yeah, thanks so much. So very quickly, I'll start down here. I'll start at the top. Where do most people get their cups of coffees? They get them in the coffee shops. Why don't we go downtown and sell a cup of coffee at 1,000 shillings, 1,500 shillings to the commuter taxis? It doesn't take a lot of capital, and it's a high turnover business. I'll give you an example. Mbali, my home area, there's someone called Matthias who's selling a cup of coffee at about 1,500 shillings. He sells about 1,000 cups a day. That is innovation to solve a local problem and to solve a local need. You go to Dambara Bus Park currently, and Ankole Coffee Cooperative Union has partnered and now have a small store where they sell cups of coffees to
I've
share.
heard of that concept, by the way, from you know, the Inspire Africa. I think Mr. Nelson Tugume is trying to do that. But you see, the nature of business of startups here in Uganda, and we've always had this challenge of businesses come and go in a very short time. How different do you think the coffee business that you are trying to attract the youth in is going to be different from other businesses? The same challenges, the same narrative that we're having. How is that going to happen? And that is why I wanted to ask you, in the last question here, what is the level of your of engagement with you and government in far as promoting youth involvement in the coffee subsector is involved?
Okay,
That's very important to note before we even think about sending these guys to the park to go and see how to put up coffee shops.
I'll tell you, one of the reasons why we did this is because at our organization we get visits almost on a daily basis from young people that are already in the sector and want more information. They want to know where exactly do they go from here. That is why we had to have this part, because some of the questions they were asking may have seemed elementary to someone like me who's been there for several years, but these are people that are taking business risks on a day-to-day business, daily. And then another thing that young people need to understand is, as you build your business, you must look towards the future. What is the future as we speak now? China is planning on planting 20 million, wants to do 20 million bags of coffee within the next 5 years. Where is this consumption going to come from?
There are very many countries here
There are
talk
very
of
many-
increasing
I would
consumption.
say-
China, Vietnam, etc., Africa, Uganda,
But
Ethiopia.
most of these countries have hit their maximum limit.
I don't want us to create another part of here. And I was about to tell you that you should increase your visibility. I saw in you know, your preview that you have grants, etc., etc.
Yes.
This should increase your visibility through TV, etc., so that people can know what Power Talk is about, so that we can bring the youth into this bracket, make them love coffee, because as you know, most of them don't like the soil.
They don't.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maraka. He's
Thank
the
you very
program manager, the African Fine Coffee Association here in Uganda.